Hello, I'm Dr. Sigar Kanti. In this video, we verify a given set is a vector space or a given field. Example, consider an example. Verify B is equal to x1, x2, x3, xn, where x1, x2, x3, xn belongs to R, real numbers. Verify V equal to this is a vector space over the field R with respect to the operations defined by the operations are defined like this, that is say alpha equal to x1, x2, x3, xn belongs to V and beta is equal to say y1, y2, y3, yn belongs to V, then alpha plus beta is defined as x1 plus y1 comma x2 plus y2 comma xn plus yn. Addition is defined in this way, and if C belongs to R, then C into alpha defined as C into alpha is x1, x2, x3, xn. This is equal to cx1, cx2, cxn. Okay, the operations in V are defined by this way. We have to verify V is a vector space over the field of real numbers, right? For that, we have to show that first axiom is B comma plus is an abelian group. Second one, associative law. Third one, distributive law. And the last one, 1 into alpha equal to alpha. These four axioms we have to verify. First, I will go for V comma plus is an abelian group. First, we verify that V comma plus is an abelian group. For that, I have to verify 5 axioms, that is closure law, associative law, identity axiom, inverse axiom, and commutative law. Okay, let me start. Number 1, closure law. So here we have alpha and beta belongs to V. Alpha I have taken that as x1, x2, x3, xn, and beta I will take y1, y2, y3, yn. So this implies alpha plus beta I have, this is x1 plus y1 comma x2 plus y2 comma xn plus yn. If this belongs to V, yes, definitely this belongs to V, because this is the ordered n tuple and each term x1 belongs to R, y1 belongs to R, therefore x1 plus y1 also belongs to R. This is a real number. So that is, this is a ordered n tuple and each term is a real number, therefore this belongs to V. That is closure law is satisfied. And then associative law. Let alpha, beta, gamma belongs to V. Then alpha plus beta plus gamma, this is equal to alpha is x1, x2, xn plus beta is y1, y2, yn plus, let me take gamma as say z1, z2, zn. Okay, and this is equal to x1, x2, xn plus, we add these two vectors here. This is nothing but y1 plus z1, comma, y2 plus z2, y2 plus z2, comma, up to yn plus zn, right? Now again this is equal to, these are the two vectors here, okay? Then adding these two vectors, that is first term plus first term, second term plus second term, nth term plus nth term. This is equal to x1 plus y1 plus z1, comma, second term x2 plus y2 plus z2, comma, nth term is xn plus yn plus zn. Okay, this is equal to, see here, x1 belongs to R, y1 belongs to R, z1 belongs to R, and we know that R is a field. Therefore here associative law with respect to addition holds in R. We can write this as x1 plus y1 plus z1. This is x2 plus y2 plus z2. This is xn plus yn plus zn. This is equal to, we can write this as x1 plus y1 plus z1, comma, x2 plus y2 plus z2, comma, xn plus yn plus zn. Okay, and this is nothing but, see here, the in each term, this is an element belongs, this is the element of alpha, that is first term of the alpha, and this is the first term of the beta, and this is the first term of the gamma. So that means what we are doing here is, we are adding first term of alpha, first term of beta. Here also first term of second term of alpha, second term of beta, nth term of alpha, nth term of beta. So this is nothing but, this is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, so here alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma. That is associative law is satisfied. Okay, next we go for identity. Identity element. So here 0 belongs to R. Okay, and this implies 0 belongs to R. Then let me write 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma, so up to n terms. This belongs to V. Okay, this belongs to V. And here, what is this alpha plus 0? Alpha is equal to x1, x2, xn plus this 0 is nothing but 0, 0, 0, 0. This is equal to x1 plus 0 is x1, x2 plus 0 is x2, xn plus 0 is xn. This is nothing but our alpha. Similarly, 0 plus alpha is equal to alpha. So that is here, this implies 0 is identity. 0 is identity of V. Okay. Next, inverse. Inverse. So here let alpha is equal to x1, x2, xn belongs to V. What this implies? What this implies here is x1, x2, xn, these are the elements of R. If x1 is an element of R, minus x1 is also an element of R, minus x2 is also an element of R, minus xn is also an element of R. Okay, these are the elements of R. And if these are the elements of R, then let me denote this by minus x1, minus x2, minus xn. This belongs to V. Okay, so the each term belongs to R. This is the ordered n tuple. Therefore, this belongs to B. And I am denoting this by minus alpha. And what about this one? Alpha plus of minus alpha equal to minus alpha plus of alpha. This is equal to, so if I add these x1 minus x1 0, x2 minus x2 0, xn minus xn 0, or minus x1 plus x1 0, minus x2 plus x2 0, minus xn plus xn 0. So I am getting this is equal to a 0 vector. So that is, this implies minus alpha is the inverse of alpha, and this belongs to V. So inverse law is also satisfied. Inverse axiom satisfied. Next, commutative law. So I will consider alpha plus beta is equal to, what is alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is x1 plus y1, comma, x2 plus y2, comma, up to xn plus yn. And this is equal to x1 plus y1 can be written as y1 plus x1, right? Because commutative law holds in R. x2 plus y2 can be written as y2 plus x2. xn plus yn can be written as yn plus xn. This is nothing but beta plus alpha. So commutative law is also satisfied. Therefore, V comma plus is an abelian group. Okay, first axiom is satisfied. Next we go for the second axiom, that is the associative law with respect to multiplication. Second axiom, associative law. What is associative law? Associative law is this one. C1 into C2 alpha equal to C1 C2 into alpha. Okay, this is the associative law. So here let C1 C2 belongs to R and alpha belongs to B. Now consider this. Consider C1 into C2 alpha. This is equal to C1 into C2 alpha is C2 into alpha is x1, x2, xn. Okay. Now this is equal to C1 into, here I can take this by the definition, I can take this C2 inside. This is equal to C2 x1, C2 x2, C2 xn. Okay. Again this is equal to, again I will take the C1 inside. We can write this as C1 into C2 x1, comma, C1 into C2 x2, comma, C1 into C2 xn. Okay. This is equal to, see here, C1 belongs to R, C2 belongs to R, x1 also belongs to R. That is, these are belongs to R. So in R, associative law holds. So that is, this can be written as C1 C2 into x1, comma, C1 C2 into x2, comma, C1 C2 into xn. Okay. This is equal to, this can be written as C1 C2 into x1 x2 xn. This is equal to C1 C2 into alpha. So that is here associative law is satisfied. C1 into C2 alpha equal to C1 C2 into alpha. Associative law satisfied. Next I will go for distributive laws. I will go for distributive laws. Distributive laws. In that, consider C into alpha plus beta. So I am verifying left distributive law. Okay. This is equal to C into, what is alpha plus beta? We know that this is x1 plus y1, comma, x2 plus y2 comma xn plus yn. Okay. Now this is equal to, again by the definition I can take this inside here. So that is, this can be written as c into x1 plus y1 comma c into x2 plus y2 comma up to c into xn plus yn. Okay. And this is equal to, so here c belongs to R, x1 belongs to R, y1 also belongs to R. Therefore, the distributive law is satisfied in R. This can be written as cx1 plus cy1 comma, and this can be written as cx2 plus cy2 comma, and the last can be written as cxn plus cyn. Okay. And this can be written as sum of the two vectors. This is one vector here. We can write this as sum of the two vectors. That is here cx1, cx2, cxn plus cy1, cy2, cyn. And again this is equal to, we can write c outside here by the definition, that is c into x1, x2, xn plus, here also taking c outside, we write this is y1, y2, yn. This is equal to c into x1, x2, x3, xn. This is nothing but alpha plus c into y1, y2, y3, yn. This is nothing but our beta. So that is here c into alpha plus beta equal to c alpha plus c beta. That is left distributive law is satisfied. Next I will consider the right distributive law. I will go to the next page. B. Consider C1 plus C2 into alpha, where C1, C2 belongs to R and alpha belongs to B. I have to prove that this is equal to C1 alpha plus C2 into alpha. This is equal to C1 plus C2 into alpha is nothing but x1, x2, x3 and x up to xn. By the definition, I can take this C1, C2 inside. This can be written as C1 plus C2 x1, comma C1 plus C2 x2, comma up to C1 plus C2 xn. Right? Again, here C1, C2, x1, these belongs to R. Here, therefore, the distributive law is satisfied. This can be written as C1 x1 plus C2 x1, comma, and this can be written as C1 x2 plus C2 x2, comma, and the last one can be written as C1 xn plus C2 xn. This is a vector. I will write this vector as the sum of the two vectors. This can be written as C1 x1, comma C1 x2, comma C1 xn plus C2 x1, C2 x2, C2 xn, C2 x1, C2 x2, C2 xn, and this is equal to, again I will write this C1 outside, C1 x1, x2, xn plus, here I will write this C2 outside, C2 x1, x2, xn. Okay, and this is equal to C1 into, what is x1, x2, xn? This is nothing but alpha, plus C2 into, what is this x1, x2, xn? This is equal to alpha. So what we proved here is C1 plus C2 into alpha is equal to C1 alpha plus C2 alpha. This is the right distributive law. So both the distributive laws are satisfied. Next, finally I will go for the fourth one, 1 into alpha. Consider 1 into alpha. This is equal to 1 into alpha is x1, x2, xn. This is equal to, I will take this 1 inside here. This becomes 1x1, 1x2, 1xn. So here 1 is an element of R here. Okay. 1 is the unity of R. Now if 1 is the unity of R, 1 into x1 is x1, 1 into x2 is x2, 1 into xn is xn. So this is equal to alpha. 1 into alpha is equal to alpha. So here we have proved that V comma plus C is an abelian group. Second one, associative law with respect to multiplication is satisfied. Third one, both the distributive laws are satisfied. And fourth one, 1 into alpha equal to alpha. So that is here. All the 4 axioms are vector space are satisfied. Therefore, V is a vector space over R. So therefore, we write V R is a vector space. That is, V is a vector space over the field R. And similarly, we can prove here. Show that V equal to x comma y, where xy belongs to R, is a vector space over R. Similar example, okay? Or particular cases here, show that V equal to, say, x, y, x, y, z, where x, y, z belongs to R, is a vector space over R. Okay. So here n is equal to 3 here, and here we have n equal to 2. In the similar way, we can prove that these are the vector spaces over R. I'll go to another example. One more example. One more example. Verify B equal to the set A plus B root 2, where AB belongs to Q. Q is the set of rational numbers. Is a vector space over Q. Okay. So again we have to verify all the 4 axioms here. Number 1, B comma plus is an abelian group. Okay. For that, closure law. So I will consider let A equal to A1 plus B1 root 2, or we can consider xy anything here, and B equal to A2 plus B2 root 2 belongs to V, and here this gives A1, A2, B1, B2 must be rational numbers. They belong to Q. Okay. Now what about A plus B? A plus B equal to, if I add these two, then we can write this as A1 plus A2 plus B1 plus B2 into root 2. Can I write this belongs to V? Yes. Okay. Because this is rational number. A1, A2 are rational, therefore their addition is all rational. B1, B2 are rational, therefore B1 plus B2 is also a rational. Rational plus rational into root 2. Rational plus rational into root 2. Definitely an element of B. So this belongs to B. Closure law is satisfied. And the 2, associative law. Associative law. Directly we write plus is associative. Plus is associative. That is here, whatever may be the set here. This is the set of rational numbers, set of irrational numbers, set of complex numbers, okay, set of integers. Always this is associative. A plus or B plus C equal to A plus B plus C is satisfied. No need to prove anything here. So this is obvious. Directly we are writing it is associative. And what about the identity? Identity. With respect to addition, we know that 0 is the identity. Okay. Just we have to verify whether 0 belongs to B or not. Yes, 0 belongs to B because we write this as 0 can be written as 0 plus 0 into root 2. This belongs to B. Because here is 0 is a rational number, this 0 is also a rational number. 0 can be written in this form. Therefore, this belongs to B is the identity. Okay, this is the identity. Fourth one, inverse. Inverse. Let alpha is equal to A1 plus B1 into root 2 belongs to B. This implies minus alpha equal to minus A1 minus B1 into root 2. This belongs to B. Okay. So this is an element belongs to means A1 is rational, B1 is rational. If A1 rational, minus A1 is also rational. B1 is rational, minus B1 is also rational. So rational plus rational into root 2, definitely this belongs to B. Okay, this belongs to B. And what about this one? Alpha plus minus alpha equal to minus alpha plus alpha. Am I getting it is equal to 0? Yes, I am getting this is equal to 0 because A1 minus A1 0, B1 minus B1 into root 2, that is also equal to 0. So therefore here minus alpha is the inverse. So that is here minus alpha is the inverse of alpha. And finally we go for the commutative law with respect to addition. So here alpha plus beta equal to alpha plus beta is A1 plus A2 plus B1 plus B2 into root 2. This is my alpha plus beta. Can I write this as A2 plus A1 plus B2 plus B1 into root 2? Yes, we can write because A1 and A2 belongs to Q, therefore A1 plus A2 is equal to A2 plus A1. Plus is the commutative here. So that is here, this is nothing but beta plus alpha. Okay, this is nothing but beta plus alpha. Therefore, we write V comma plus is an abelian group. Okay, first axiom is satisfied. Next, I will go for the next axiom. Next axiom is associative. So that is next axiom is associative. Associative with respect to multiplication. Okay. So here let A, B, C belongs to B. Then, so here A is a real number. A is nothing but A plus A1 plus B1 into root 2, where A1 and B1 belongs to rational numbers, means it is nothing but a real number. So that means here every element of B is nothing but a real number. Okay. So for real numbers, multiplication is associative. Belongs to B. This we can write, this implies A into BC equal to AB into C. Associative law is satisfied. And third one, distributive. distributive. So first I will consider let C1 belongs to Q and alpha beta belongs to V. Consider C1 into alpha plus beta. This is equal to C1 into, what is alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is A1 plus A2 plus B1 plus B2 into root 2. This is equal to, I will take this C1 inside. This becomes C1 into A1 plus A2 plus C1 B1 plus B2 root 2. This is equal to C1 A1 plus C1 A2 plus C1 B1 plus C1 B2 into root 2. Okay. This is equal to, I will write this as C1 A1 plus C1 B1 into root 2 plus C1 A2 plus C1 B2 into root 2. Okay. Now this is equal to, I will write this as C1 outside, common factor, A1 plus B1 into root 2 plus C1, again common factor we write outside here, A2 plus B2 into root 2. This is equal to C1 into, what is A1 plus B1 into root 2? This is nothing but our alpha plus C1 into, what is A2 plus B2 into root 2? This is nothing but beta. Okay, so we have proved that C1 into alpha plus beta equal to C1 alpha plus C1 beta. This is left distributive law. So that here left distributive law is satisfied. Now I will go for the right distributive law. Next consider right distributive law. I will write C1 plus C2 into alpha where C1, C2 belongs to Q and alpha belongs to V. So this is equal to C1 plus C2 into alpha is nothing but A1 plus B1 into root 2. This is our alpha. And this can be written as, by taking the multiplication here, this is our C1 plus C2 into A1 plus C1 plus C2 into B1 root 2. So we have to separate the terms here. That is C1 one side, C2 on the side. This can be written as C1 A1 plus, so I am taking this term here, C1 A1 plus next I will write C1 B1, this is root 2. Okay, C1 B1 root 2 plus C2 A1 plus C2 B1 root 2. C2 B1 root 2. This is equal to C1 into A1 plus B1 root 2 plus C2 into A1 plus B1 into root 2. Okay. In these two terms, C1 common factor A1 plus B1 root 2 plus here C2 common factor A1 plus B1 root 2. This is equal to C1 into, what is A1 plus B1 root 2? This is our alpha plus C2 into A1 plus B1 root 2. This is equal to alpha. That is here C1 plus C2 into alpha equal to C1 alpha plus C2 into alpha. That is here right distributive law satisfied. Right distributive law holds. Okay. So that is both the distributive laws are satisfied. And finally, a fourth one, 1 into alpha. Consider 1 into alpha. This is equal to 1 into. What is alpha? Alpha is A1 plus B1 into root 2. Taking the multiplication, this is nothing but A1 plus B1 into root 2. This is equal to alpha. So 1 into alpha equal to alpha. So all the axioms are satisfied. Therefore, V is a vector space over the field Q. Okay. I'll go to another example. One more example. Verify V equal to the set x0, 0, y where x and y belongs to R is a vector space over R. Solution. Again, number 1, V comma plus is an abelian group. V comma plus is an abelian group. So let me take one by one here. A equal to say x1 0 0 y1 and B equal to say x2 0 0 y2 belongs to V. This implies A plus B equal to x1 plus x2 0 0 y1 plus y2 by the addition of the matrices. This is a 2 by 2 matrices where the diagonal elements are non-zeros, other elements are 0, therefore this belongs to V. Closure lies satisfied. B, matrix addition is associative. Okay, that we know. Addition of the matrices is associative, therefore associative lies satisfied. C, this is the matrix belongs to V. Okay, this 2 by 2 matrix where these two are zeros. These two need not be non-zero, maybe zeros, but these two must be equal to zeros. And here, in particular, 0 is an element of R. Therefore, this is an element of V. Is the identity, or we say that it is 0. This is the identity. And inverse of x0 0 y is minus x0 0 minus y. Okay, inverse element exists. And matrix addition is associative, commutative. Multiplication is not commutative, but addition is commutative. So, commutative law is also satisfied. Therefore, V comma plus is an abelian group. Okay, first axiom is satisfied. What is the second axiom? Second one, associative. So here let C1, C2 belongs to R. Then consider C1, C2 into alpha. This is equal to, I have taken A here. Okay. A. This is equal to C1, C2 into, what is A here? A is x1, 0, 0, y1. And scalar multiplication. In any manner we can multiply this. This can be written as C1 into C2 x1 0 0 C2 y1. So this is nothing but C1 into C2 A. Okay, associated law is also satisfied. Third one, distributive laws. Distributive laws. Third one, distributive. Distributive. Consider C into A plus B, where C belongs to R, A and B belongs to B. Sorry. Distributive. Consider this C into A plus B, where C is an element of R and A and B are the matrices, that is, they belong to B. And you know that this implies this is C into A plus B can be written as CA plus CB. In matrices, this is satisfied. This is the left distributive law. And what about the right distributive law? Again, consider C1 plus C2 into A. We can write this as C1A plus C2A, where C1, C2 belongs to R and A belongs to B. So in matrices, this is possible. So both the distributive laws are satisfied. And finally, consider 1 into A. This is equal to 1 into A is x1, 0, 0, y1. This is nothing but multiplying by 1 here. So this will be same. x1, 0, 0, y1. This is equal to A. Okay. So all the 4 axioms are satisfied. Therefore, B is a vector space over the field of real numbers R. Okay. Thank you. I'll stop here.